Welcome everyone, in today's video we're going to tackle the Survivalist challenge, an easy one to complete but one that can test your patience a bit. Note that the challenge will only unlock after the Abigail mission called A Fisher of Men in chapter 2. Once that mission is completed, you can go to the Dakota River for example and start fishing for a bluegill. You will most likely catch other fishes too, but don't release them, as they can be used for the next challenge. Try to catch at least 5 total. Catch 3 bluegills, and that's the first challenge done. Survivalist 2 is probably the easiest, just handing over 5 animals to person or the trapper. It's especially easy if you have been keeping at least 5 fishes at the previous challenge. Just go to person or any trapper and hand over 5 animals, small, medium, large, or a combination of all of them, it doesn't matter. And that's the challenge done. Survivalist 3 will have you kill 5 animals with a varmint rifle. You can find a varmint rifle at any gun shop for 72 bahts. And all you need to do is shoot any 5 animals with it. For Survivalist 4, you will have to craft each type of arrow. A dynamite arrow, a fire arrow, an improved arrow, and a small game arrow. There's a video linked in the card on the top right corner of the screen that will show you where to find all the pamphlets for the crafting recipe. For the rest, you will need from the gunsmith some arrows and some shotgun shells. From the fence, some dynamite, and from hunting, some flight feathers and some animal fat that you can get from dogs and geese. And you will also need some oleander sage that you can find easily around the bayous for the poison arrow. Survivalist 5 will have you catch a fish from a boat in the bayou, as well as standing on a rail track. In Lagra, you will find a fishing and tackle shop, where you can buy some lure that will be really useful for the rest of the challenge. Again, not a complicated challenge. My favorite spot to find a boat is in the bayou, in the dock at Eden Orchards. Just jump in the canoe and paddle away. No need to go far at all. Just take out your rod and start fishing. Once you catch one fish, that's the first part done. For the second part of the challenge, just head south to the rail track east of Caliga Hall. From there, just run to a spot where you can fish and catch one. That's the challenge 5 completed. Survivalist 6 is where things come tedious a bit. Kill an animal scavenging a corpse 5 times. It can be any dead animal and any scavengers. I generally do this challenge in the heartlands, where I kill a deer or pronghorn and wait for some crows or vulture to come along. It's a bit of a waiting game for this one, so what I do is kill 2 or 3 more animals at different spots around the heartlands and circle back to the first kill. By that time, some scavenger bird will have spawned and I can just go to the next carcass until I get 5 killed. Survivalist 7 will have you kill 8 small game with consecutive shots with small game arrows. That one can sound daunting, but is in fact really easy. The best spot is at Emerald Ranch. In the pen with all the chickens is where we will get the challenge completed. Make sure you have 8 small game arrows on hand if you don't feel like retrieving them each time. Take your time, kill 8 chickens in a row, and you're done. Survivalist 8 will have you craft an improved and volatile tomahawk, a volatile dynamite, and a volatile fire bottle. Once again, the video for those pamphlets is linked in the card on the top right corner of the video. From the gunsmith, you will need some high velocity pistol cartridge. From the fence, you will get the tomahawks, the dynamite, and the moonshine. And from hunting, you will get the hawk feather and the owl feather. There's plenty of them in the heartlands, but note that you will find the owl at night time. You will also need some fat that you can get from dog or geese. For challenge 9, you will need to catch a fish weighing at least 19 pounds. The best spot I found is on the tiny islands north of Caliga Hole. There you can find some big catfish and sturgeons. I used the lake lure as shown in the top right corner and it did the trick. For Survivalist 10, you will need to catch one of each of the 15 species of fish. It is not a hard task, but a real time-consuming one. First up, we're going to Owengilla Lake. On the eastern part of the lake, you will be able to catch a muskie, a bluegill, a perch, and a chain pickerel. You can see on the top right corner which bait I use, but I found out after many tries that the bait are not specific to any species. On the western part of the lake is where I caught the rock bass, and a bit further north, on the river side, the Sockeye Salmon. Heading to Bard's Crossing, east of Reed Station, you can find some Steelhead trout, Redfin pickerel, and largemouth bass. Going south of Caliga Hole, in the bayou, is where you can find the Longnose Gar. Then, going north of Caliga Hole, you will find the lead sturgeon, as well as the channel Catfish. On the west side of St. Denis is where you can catch some smallmouth bass and bullhead catfish. Our final destination will take us to the peninsula north of Van Horn. There you will find some northern pike. And that's the challenge 10 completed. At the Trapper, you have now access to the reinforced equipment for the Survivalist challenge. You can now buy the bandolier for $24.53, the gun belt for $22.05, the Survivalist holster for $17.78, and the Survivalist offhand holster for $17.78. I hope that video has been useful, and until next time, see ya!